Welcome back, beloved. Take a deep breath in with me and let yourself arrive. Because today we're stepping into a different kind of gratitude. Not the easy kind, not the soft, pretty moments that fit neatly into a journal, but the gratitude that sits inside the places where you stretched, where you bent, where life pulled your heart in directions you never expected. This episode is devoted to the heartbends, the moments that didn't quite break you, but shaped you, the seasons that pushed you toward your becoming, even when all you could feel was the weight of it. A heartbend is where your soul whispers, I know this is hard, but stay with it. Something is forming in you. And when we look back with clear eyes, we see that those moments gave us clarity, boundaries, strength, compassion, and a deeper understanding of who we truly are. So today, we explore gratitude not for the pain, but for the wisdom it carved, for the gold it refined, for the version of you that rose from the ashes of difficulty. So breathe. Settle into your body. Open your heart just a little wider. This is a homecoming for the you who survived, who learned, who grew, and who is finally ready to harvest the meaning inside the hard times. Take a deep breath in. Beloved, we call all of your pieces home. The parts that lived through the breaking, the parts that learned how to rise, the parts that softened when life was hard, the parts that held on, and the parts that let go. We call in the guardians of truth, compassion, and remembrance. We call in the wisdom of your higher self. We call in the ancestors who walked with you in silence. We call in the divine presence that held you through every unseen moment. May your heart open gently. May your body feel safe. May your spirit recognize the gold that was forming in the dark. And may gratitude begin to reveal itself in the places where pain once lived. Let's begin. Hello, hello, beloveds. Welcome back. Welcome back to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. And we're continuing with our gratitude immersion series. And today we're taking it deeper to that place, that the place where things got stretchy, bendy, hard, right? And we're really going to find the golden nuggets in these areas, in these experiences, in these times, in these things, and we're going to harvest the golden nuggets through gratitude. So, one thing that gratitude teaches us is that it is not approval of suffering, it is the ability to see meaning, expansion, and soul wisdom that emerge through the experience. Gratitude gives us the gift of seeing the golden nuggets within the hardship. So, as you are practicing gratitude, it doesn't mean that you are pretending that suffering doesn't exist, or you are hiding your pain, or that you are trying to make everything perfect. That is not the case, okay? There's no perfect scenario, okay, for gratitude. You don't need to be in the perfect state to practice gratitude. I think a lot of people tend to think that, or maybe it just comes easy. Gratitude comes easy when everything is going well, when everything is going right. But I feel like the true gem, the yumminess, the biggest growth happens when we bring gratitude into the times and the moments where we are moving through our darkest of the dark. That's when we need to bring in more gratitude. And I can hear like, why would I feel grateful in those times for what I'm moving through? So here's the thing. I see gratitude as like that spark of light that you need in the dark. It helps you tap into that sense of hope that we need in that time because I talked about this, about the energy of gratitude. Wherever we put our attention, that energy amplifies, right? So in this case, as we're moving through dark nights of the soul, if we could just bring into mind one thing that bring us joy and we extend gratitude to that area is going to expand and is going to move into the hard times that will support us as we're moving through. So it's not to say that practicing gratitude during hard times is going to cut the hard time off or that you're never going to experience hard times. No, that is not the point. But you will have the stamina, the hope, the light, the inspiration, the optimism. You will have whatever you need to move through the hard times. It will make the hard times a little softer for you. And this applies to any spiritual teachings or tools that you receive. It is not to annihilate the suffering, right? Part of being human is understanding that one of the prerequisites is suffering, right? Like it's just part of being human on this planet. But we're not meant to dwell in that suffering, right? The suffering is there to help our soul grow. So we're simply supposed to step in, experience, take in the golden nuggets, and move on. But in order to do that, you have to understand. You have to understand what it is that your soul is crafting through you, why you're being tested that way. You have to be able to really experience, see, feel, sense your soul's mission, the purpose behind it. It is not to say that you're never going to experience hardships. Gratitude becomes a tool that helps you through hardships. It helps soften the hardships a little bit for us, gives us the light that we need to move through, the strength, the courage that we need to move through. And perhaps when you're moving through the hard time, you might not even get why, let's say an example, your car broke down and you're trying to get to work and it's just like, oh, and this is just a, it's not even the biggest suffering, but there's a little bit of suffering because if you want to get somewhere and you've been planning for it and all of a sudden your car won't work, like how are you going to get there? This disappointment, this sadness, whatever. This is like the basic example. We know this even deeper examples of suffering, but I wanted to keep it just a little bit lighter, okay? With the example, at that moment, you can say, I am grateful that I even have a car, that I have an opportunity to fix. I am grateful that I have this car that allows me to go places. I am grateful for the freedom that this car gives me. And as you're saying it, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be anything but just be you. Okay, so it is totally okay if, as you're saying it, you're still feeling the pain, the loss, the anger, that like it's okay. They can both exist. But eventually, as you're doing that, you will notice that the energy of the gratitude will start to increase and be bigger than the suffering. So it doesn't diminish the suffering. Again, it's like that hope. It's like all of us, it shrinks the mountain, something they used to see as like this big mountain. It shrinks it, sort of all of a sudden it looks like just a rock on the ground that you can just walk right over. You still have to get over it. You still have to get over that rock, right? You still have to do the work, but all of a sudden it's possible. And this is what I'm talking about. Gratitude brings in the energy of possibilities. It softens the hard times, the hard moments, but it doesn't erase what happened. It evolves you into who you're becoming. So gratitude doesn't erase what happened. So it doesn't erase the pain because there is golden nuggets in the experiences that your soul is walking you through so that you can evolve into the person that you know yourself to be. So gratitude is witnessing the strength, the resilience, the courage, the hope within you that allows you to do the hard things. Gratitude is identifying the things that are going right in your life as others are not going so well. Gratitude is putting your focus on your breath, the fact that you're able to breathe as you're moving through this hard time. Gratitude for your body in that moment. Gratitude for the ability to taste your favorite drink in that moment. In every hard time, we can find something to be grateful for. And if we can, that energy there will amplify. It will amplify to support us as we walk through any type of hardships. Gratitude has the ability to reframe the narratives of our hard times. It's not about bypassing reality, right? Here's the thing, the brain rewires in hardship. Resilience builds through adversity. Emotional range deepens the heart's capacity. Compassion increases. Purpose activates. Identity strengthens. And gratitude helps us integrate the lessons instead of carrying the wound. It's about the golden nuggets that we get to receive from what life offers us, what life puts us through, so that we're not stuck in the wound. We can just take the golden nuggets and move forward. And again, this is not like I'm not saying this as this is supposed to be an easy process. Oh, you just grab sometimes grabbing the golden nuggets, that journey can be a year or 10 years, depending on what it is that you went through and the process you're moving through. We are all on our own journey. There's no right or wrong in this. We have to have more compassion for ourselves as we're moving through these hard times. And through the hard times, finding something in the dark that brings in, even if it is a spark of light, because whatever that spark is, the moment you bring that spark in, is going to grow into a bigger light. If you seed that light. So, for example, if you love to write, have you ever noticed that when you're going through something hard, it's almost like you forget everything that brings you joy, right? It just is almost like you don't remember anything that brings you joy. But then someone says, hey, I notice you haven't been dancing for a while and you love dancing. You smile a lot when you're dancing. You just look so free when you're dancing. How about you come with me and we go for a dance? I mean, sometimes it's even hard. It's even hard. I just use some oil. Apparently, we need some orange essential oil to just bring in that energy of light. But perhaps it is, simply a friend coming over, put on music and dancing with you. And in that moment, that is the spark that you needed to be able to just move through or take that step that you need at that point, right? There's little sparks of light. These little things that bring us joy, regardless whether it's cooking, knitting, dancing, a walk in nature, journaling, drawing, doodling, whatever it is, something that brings you joy every single time. When we're moving through these hard times, it is so important that we do more of these things. In Goddess Unleashed and in Elevated Empath, I call them the light list. And I have my students write a list of things that spark them, that bring them joy, that make their heart elevate. Because when they're moving through the hard times, and they forget, they can simply go find the journal or the piece of paper, open it, and do one of the things on the list to give them that spark. So the way we're using gratitude here is not to bypass the reality of what is happening, but to find a spark, that we need to see in the dark, to find the strength to help us to take just a one more step forward. Because gratitude after the experience, I feel like it's a little bit easier because you can actually look back and see how much you've grown through that experience, what has shifted within you. And it's funny because I was going to really talk more about afterwards and what you get from it, but I wanted to really talk about when you're moving through the hard stuff, like doing more of the things that light you up. It is the hardest thing to do. I know, trust me. That's why I have it written down, because I forget too. And it does not have to be something complicated. It could be, for me, for example, last night I was feeling down and I found one of my coloring books. It was like color by number, very simple. And I just grabbed it. I grabbed some color pencils and I just started coloring. And in that moment, that was the spark I needed, right? It does not have to be complicated. So when you're making your list, don't be like, oh my gosh, it has to be something epic to like knock me out of the hard times. No. Usually the most simplest things are the things that have the biggest impact. Hard times, heartbends, they're all opportunities of soul growth. They are portals of initiation, initiating us into that version of us that we know ourselves to be. They stretch the heart to hold more wisdom, more empathy, and more sovereignty. There's always a golden nugget in these hard times. And if we can have more compassion for ourselves as we're moving through these hard times, then after we've moved through it, we can actually reach back and grab the golden nuggets and be like, oh, I see how much I've grown through this experience. I see why I had to walk this path. I see where this has led me, how this led me to where I really wanted, or becoming who I know myself to be, or who I didn't even know myself to be, but I love that I have become that better, right? The challenges strengthen us. The challenges blesses us. What hurts you also awakens you. What hurts you also awakens you. All right. I think enough said with that. Let's go into the meditation. We're going to amplify that energy of gratitude. We're going to be working with a version of ourselves that experienced something hard, something hurtful, something that you're still carrying within yourself. And again, I'm going to advise that after doing this episode, with all the work that I do, there's always immense amount of light that comes in to support you. But make sure you support yourself physically as well. So if you need to talk to a therapist to do that physical work, to release, heal, whatever you need to do, make sure you take that time to do that. Remember that. Okay, so close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And keep your breath slow and steady. And let your exhale fall out of your mouth like a soft surrender. Again, a gentle breath in and a tender breath out. Now feel your body settling. Feel the ground beneath you holding you. Feel your heart beginning to soften just a little. And I want you to bring one hand over your heart and the other over your belly. And let your system know this. I am here. I am safe. I am home. I am here. I am safe. I am home. I am here. I am safe. I am home. With your next breath, imagine a warm golden light pulling inside of your chest. A glow that is gentle, comforting, and familiar. Golden light pouring in through your crown into your heart, from the heart of Source, and allowing this light to spread throughout your entire being. This is your inner sanctuary, your soul's remembering place, your heart's true home. Now continue to feel the light spreading along your ribs, through your shoulders, up into your throat, down into your belly, like soft sunrise. This is where your healing begins. And we call in your higher selves, your divine guides and guardians, to create around you a golden circle of light as you move through this healing. Asking the Divine Mother to come up and to hold you through this. And now, with compassion, not pressure, invite a past season, a past self, a past version of you to step gently forward in front of you. Envision this version of you appearing within your heart. And within your heart, it might be in a garden, it might be in a sacred space, wherever that is, but see that version of you standing in front of you. Think about a moment that stretched you, a time that bent your heart in ways you didn't expect, a chapter where you were changed. Let it rise slowly, like a memory drifting through warm water. Now remember, you're not going back into the pain. You're simply visiting it with the eyes of who you are now. Stronger, wiser, softer, more sovereign. Now see that version of yourself standing before you. Notice their face, their shoulders, their breath. Who were you then? What were you holding? What were you trying to survive? And remember, you don't need to fix anything. Just simply be a witness. Now soften your voice and say, either aloud or silently, say this to your younger self. I see you. I remember how hard that was. You did the best you could with what you had. You were so brave. You deserved comfort. You deserved support. You deserved gentleness. And I am here now. I am here now. I am here now. And feel your present self reaching back with tenderness. Become the guardian you needed. And let your breath deepen. Now ask your heart gently but curiously, what did this moment teach me? Who did this version of me become because of this chapter? What strength was born here? What wisdom did I gain? What did I learn to value? And how did this season refine me? If you need more time with these questions, feel free to pause the video and simply receive the answers as they rise. You are not grateful for the suffering. You are grateful for the becoming. I'm going to repeat this again. You are not grateful for the suffering. You are grateful for the becoming. The distinction frees your heart, knowing that what you're really being grateful for is the becoming, who you became through that suffering. Now, imagine that version of yourself holding out their hands, and in their palms rests the old pain, the confusion, the heaviness they once carried. Now take a deep breath in. Tap back into that golden light within your heart, within your chest, within your body. Allow that golden light to grow and amplify. And now cover their hands with yours. And say gently, you don't have to hold this anymore. I receive only the wisdom. You are free. You are free. You are free. Now beam that golden light into that heaviness, that old pain, that confusion, whatever that is, and watch the pain dissolve into light. It rises like smoke, becoming something softer, lighter, clearer. And what remains is a golden nugget. The wisdom remains. The becoming remains. And everything else can go. Take a deep breath in and out. Now breathe into the space that once held that pain, that heaviness, and feel it opening like a flower, finally exhaling. Breathe into that space and whisper to yourself, thank you for surviving. Thank you for growing. Thank you for rising. Thank you for learning. Thank you for becoming. Thank you for not giving up on me. And thank you for being my heart. And feel your heart respond. A warmth, a pulse, a softening. This is gratitude turned into healing. Take a deep breath in and out. Now receive that golden nugget and begin to imagine a golden cocoon of light wrapping around all versions of you, you in the present and you in the past. Really see, sense, or feel this version of you completely free, light. Now bring the awareness into your heart and imagine that same golden cocoon of light wrapping around your heart. Remember, this is not a wall. This is a blessing. a seal of completion. And now repeat after me. I honor what shaped me. I release what no longer needs to be carried. I walk forward with wisdom, softness, strength. Now, feel your past settling into its rightful place. A teacher, not a prison. A chapter, not your identity. A doorway, not a wound. Now return back to your breath, inhaling slowly. Envision, see, sense that you're breathing in that light, that golden light. And as you exhale everything that is no longer yours to hold. Whew. Let's do it again. Take a deep breath in of light. And with your exhale everything that is no longer yours to hold. Let it go. One more time. Deep, deep, deep breath in. And exhale everything that is no longer yours to hold. Moria taye shitia karndaye tuono ya ariatuko mono ya akaya niki shurum oitia tarnda kia shurum oiti arindia arandaye tia korumoya koria churo oria taya arandaya tia orundukia moshiria reando mokia mashitia reatakaria tukurnukuria toronsoro nokia. Beloved, you are being wrapped in unconditional love of the divine. Beloved, you are loved. You are cherished. You are whole. You are not your suffering. You are your becoming. Maria tia kornoia. Ariatiki shirorondokia. Ariatiki ashoromo okorono. Noronokushia. Noronokuya shitia. Oriataya akariatorum. Orum. Dia sariatorush. Maya diariand. Mariand ak orum ot ea shiti arandaya. Arandaya. Arnd orndi sidia diarandoko. Beloved, may every season that stretched you be transformed into wisdom. May every moment that broke you open and become a bridge back to yourself. May the hard times no longer define you, but refine you. And may gratitude reveal the gold in every chapter you live through. May your heart walk forward softer, braver, and more whole. You are the alchemist. You thrive. You are sovereign. And your story, even the hardest part, is holy. Aho, and so it is. Now feel your feet. Feel your breath. Feel your heart. Wiser, clearer, freer. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, Return to the room that you are in. Open your eyes softly and come back home to yourself. Welcome back. Oh, take a deep breath into your heart. I hope that this episode leaves you feeling lighter. I hope you gain clarity through this experience. I hope that the past loosens its grip on you so you can expand, blossom, and move forward. And I hope that gratitude helps you to rewrite your relationship with your own becoming. You are ready to walk into the next chapter with a heart that knows both strength and softness. There's no greater power. Again, come back to this episode as many times as you need. And just like last episode, I'm going to put a music at the end of this episode. I'm going to share some journal prompts for you to help you to anchor everything you experienced. So you can use the music to journal. You can just use the music to just reconnect back to yourself. If you want to come back and do this to different aspects of yourself, different times of yourself to bring healing, go ahead and do that. Each time you do this, it gets better and better. And always remember to surround yourself with light and with all your divine posse, I call them, your divine team as you're doing this work. And remember, it's important to do spiritual work, but it's just as important to also do the physical work. So if after this you need to talk to a therapist, please do so. Take care of yourself, whatever you need in the physical. Support your mind, your body, and your heart and your spirit. All right, so this will be good prompts to do before you even do the journey. So the first one is what season stretched your heart the most? And what did it reveal about you? What season stretched your heart the most? And what did it reveal about you? The second one is what did a hard time teach you about your capacity to rise? What did the hard time teach you about your capacity to rise? And the third one is who did you become because of something you thought would break you? Who did you become because of something you thought would break you? The fourth one is what wisdom lives in the wounds that have already healed? What wisdom lives in the wounds that have already healed? And the last one is what part of your past is ready to be thanked? Not for the pain, but for the becoming. What part of your past is ready to be thanked? Not for the pain, but for the becoming. That is the most important takeaway. The gratitude is not for the pain or the suffering, it's for the becoming. Let that root, let that anchor. And we'll continue this journey next time. And I have been enjoying receiving all the feedback from you. Continue. Send me a message if you're on social media and we're connected. Send me a messenger. Let me know. Send me an email. Let me know how this is going. Better yet, come join me in my sacred online membership. It's not even a membership, it's just a group. It's free. It's called the Goddess Chamber. Come join us there and share your experience in there. I would love to hear from you how this series is supporting you. I have been enjoying all the feedbacks that are coming through. All right, my loves, from my heart to yours. Until next time, have a wonderful week. Bye.
We couldn't tell. Thank you, heart. Thank you, breathe. Thank you, soul, for carrying me. I am like shadow. I am softer. I am stronger. I am free. I am wiser. I am softer. I am stronger. I am free. I am wiser. I am softer. I am stronger. I am free. What the breaking made of me, I now receive. What the breaking made of me, I now become. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. I look back at all the places where my heart been, where it broke, and I see the quiet courage that was rising through the smoke. I was standing in the shadows, thinking I would never heal, but the breaking held a blessing I was never taught to feel. Thank you to the hard times for the strength they grew in me. Thank you to the heartbends for the truth they helped me see. Every tear became a teaching, every loss became a key. I'm grateful for the journey and what the breaking made of me. There were nights I carried sorrow like a stone beneath my chest, but I learned to breathe it softer and to let my spirit rest. Every ending held a whisper, every silence held a spark. I became my own illumination in the middle of the dark. Thank you to the hard times for the strength they grew in me. what the breaking made of me.